I know, yes,
Welcome back, guys, to the third episode of the third Jerma podcast. If you square that together, that would be around 36-ish. Today we've got on Vavman16,
Hello.
DL, and DeBomb32.
Didn't even let me say hello.
Hello.
We're all ready. We've been practicing
That's
for a
what
while now to get this ready.
that's what we've
Because,
The millions of
we are-
recordings.
we have been
uh,
very
real
vigorous.
difficult.
We are perfectionists, and we want to deliver the greatest product possible to the consumer. So we've been rigorous rewrites, and this is the best one that's come out so far.
Yeah, that's why we're starting off like this.
Like what?
We're starting it out saying it's the best one.
Well, it is.
Well, have you listened to the other two?
I haven't.
Have you seen the other
Yeah,
two?
that's true. Come to think of it,
My stream is literally one of the podcast episodes. My Twitch stream of me playing Mario and me
we are geniuses.
No, it was like that. The second episode of the third German podcast is easily my least favorite out of all of them.
So I want to start off with a simple question to begin this. Are any of you fans of the 90s, or rather 80s, jazz-ish band, massive popular hit, Huey Lewis and the News?
Oh, they had the Power of Love, right? They wrote that one.
Yeah.
They're all
Back
right.
to the Future. I would
They're like
say they're
C-tier.
A tier. We have disagreements apparently.
C tier or B tier?
We obviously haven't listened to enough.
You're right. I listened to like 2 songs.
Okay.
Nick, do you have anything
About Huey
really.
Lewis and the News? Never.
Yeah.
I have not listened to a song, but I like the name, so they're an A tier.
Yeah, they have a really cool name.
Yeah.
Now, how do you guys feel about the song "I Got the Power"? I don't remember who wrote it, but I just
Worse than Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, you don't like the song?
So I think that My Chemical Romance gets a bit more hate than is really warranted. I think at least their early days were pretty good actually.
The reason
Black Parade,
the reason
the
they
other
got
ones, they're all like hits.
The reason they got so much hate, I believe, at least from what I've seen, is like early internet associated My Chemical Romance with emo kids because they're just very like, this is my anthem, this is my thing, and so people didn't like emos at the time, so they just like shitted on My Chemical Romance. Like if you walked
The media.
Oh, sorry.
Emo kids are an easy target.
Well, yeah. Like if you walked into a Hot Topic in like 2012, I think would have been like around the time emo was still big.
No.
Or would have been like 2010.
No.
2008? I thought it was,
You weren't alive.
I thought it was I thought it was like during that.
You wouldn't know the scene.
No, there was definitely some Facebook emos.
You weren't there. I was, however.
I was alive. I was
Harrison's
definitely
a whole, like,
alive
half a
there.
year older.
It was a great time, honestly.
Are you saying it happened in 2003?
I love alt culture. I feel like that's pretty fun. That's why I love the 90s. That was a great time. 90s and early 2000s were great. Now I feel like everything's a bit just too consumerist and kind of just modernized to a point where it's boring.
We're too simple.
You sound like you're a Radiohead album.
No.
Isn't that what OK Computer is about?
Okay,
it's like consumerism and stuff.
My Google just went off.
Well, I don't listen to Radiohead except for Creep.
Neither do I.
Because that was in the movie with
the Book of Life. The Book of Life.
Yeah, the Book of Life.
Wait, the Book of Life, wasn't that Spanish movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that movie because
I didn't.
No, I like that movie because it has a reference to something. I remember it was really funny when I watched it, but now I can't remember.
Radiohead.
Classic
No.
Bav.
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm sick and I can't focus on things. Like I'm literally staring at my Spanish picture and I'm not doing it.
Yeah, well, I'm doing math and talking to you.
Yeah.
Well,
multitask
I'm
that.
doing your mom and talking to you.
Okay, that's a little far.
I'm
Yeah, it's a
sorry.
bit excessive. Yeah,
I'll give you $2 in compensation.
I'll give you 20% of today's podcast earnings.
Clayton,
No
I
way, a
believe he
nickel.
believes that he
Speaking of,
enjoys the 80s the most because that was the time of the height of American like
wait, who does?
consumerism and
Who likes 80s the
the
most?
government
Yeah.
being the most popular.
Who are you talking about? What?
Clayton and his love for the
Oh.
80s
Oh, I like
and Reaganomics.
Hey, Reaganomics is kind of cool because like they had the president's name in it. Like you don't hear about Obamanomics,
I do.
although that'd be a really
Obamacare?
cool term.
Trumponomics.
Yeah, but Obamacare is a term.
Bidenomics.
See, because when they wanted to
Bushonomics.
trickle down the economics was totally trickled down. That
Oh.
happened.
What was the one Russian leader? Gorbachev?
Gorbachev, yeah.
Nomics?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm the host with the most
That's
listeners.
classic. I
How
watched
did-
a
Yeah,
video
sick
that was
order.
ranking all the ERB songs, and that was number 1.
Yeah,
That's
dude, it's
dang
gotta
right.
be. I
Number
think
2 was Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and number
that
3 was
sounds
a
a bit
weird one.
based.
I was never part of that craze as a child because
Neither was I.
I
Neither
was.
was I.
Oops, looks
I
like I'm
had
the odd
because
one
I
out.
was I have wrinkles in my brain.
I'm not smooth brain.
Because for all of our listeners here, Vav actually has a smooth brain. It's a weird, like, mental thing.
Just because I was born,
So we treat him a little
Just be-
bit differently
just
than
be-
everyone else on
just
the
because-
podcast.
just because I was,
You just gotta make sure.
just because
We don't ask him as a heart of questions or deep and thoughtful.
Are you guys talking about me?
We keep telling him he's sick.
You know,
My mom,
the lights are on, but nothing's up there.
my mom always told me that people say stuff behind your back, and you know what happened to those people?
Oh yeah, just like Ice-T, you know, you gotta
They're cop killers.
break off from the haters.
No, they're cop killers.
There's that one Geico ad with Ice-T, and
I
he's
feel
like
like
at a
you could
lemonade
learn
stand,
A lot from Ice-T. He's an OG.
and
A
he's
self-
like,
He's a
people keep walking by
self-proclaimed
and they're like-
OG, but I feel like when you're at that level, you know, you deserve it.
Hey Nick, you know what OG means?
origami.
What does OG mean, Nick?
Original gangster.
Holy shit.
It's origami. Try again.
Yeah, I like Clayton's significantly more.
So, how do you
Hey Vav, do you know what the term ASL means?
ASL automatic system logger?
That stands for age, sex, where do you live? And if you ever ask that online,
it's age,
you
sex, location.
automatically realize that that person is a pedophile.
ASL. That's American Sign Language.
Why did Pretty Head 69 DM me ASL?
Uh oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't think we can say that name here.
I can.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's against
I'm-
the rules.
I'm sorry. Can we please confirm on the third Jerma podcast that none of us or our viewers are pretty boys?
No one's gonna get that. Literally no one. But our whole 2 viewers are just gonna be so confused.
What do you mean?
Aren't all our viewers just the people that are on the podcast?
Well, Wyatt's
No.
might listen to it. Probably
Wyatt.
not.
Has Thumb listened to?
Yeah, Thumb might. You never know.
We have 15 subscribers. We're making it
Well,
up.
those from
Did
the
way
Ringo
too many.
podcast.
Yeah, but we gained 3.
What's the Ringo podcast?
I don't
what?
know.
I don't know what
Why
that
did
is.
I say that? I don't know.
Also, third Jerma
I feel like
podcast,
that might be in the rules. The rules, actually.
episode 1, New Beginnings, almost has 50 views, boys.
50?
50
Yeah,
views
me
with
watching
5
it
likes.
49 times.
Imagine listening to the first podcast 50 times over.
Couldn't be
Nick.
me.
I'm sorry. We needed views.
Nick,
Classic Nick.
Nick, we can get views by doing sub for sub.
Dude, I keep buying the Taiwanese bots, but there's just only so many I can buy.
I remember.
There's only infinite.
I remember approaching someone in our school about why were they doing sub for sub, and they literally just kept saying like, I would never do sub for sub, as like they just had like their comment sections full of like I remember.
No, but he never would.
No, I remember
That's just down bad.
No,
come on.
I remember in his comment section of a video he played like he was playing some like simulator game, and it had like a baby channel, and it said, "Hey, I checked out your channel. You should check out mine." Like, why was a baby channel like? I just thought it was funny.
No, they wanted them to check out the channel.
I guess.
When you reach a point, you start associating with the dark horses of the internet, if you will.
Katy Perry.
And you start getting asked favors, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
So if that individual had chosen one path or the other, you'll find out eventually.
Okay.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So how do
Clayton, today,
okay.
me and
Yep.
Thumb signed up to become lifeguards.
I see how.
Oh, you're
At
gonna be
the community
lifeguards?
Swimming pool.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You guys doing it over the summer?
No, over the winter.
I don't know. Like you can continue lifeguarding indoors.
They watch
No,
Look,
we're doing it in the summer. Yeah.
No, they do it in the winter, and they watch over like the skateboarders that are going in the pool, like the empty pool.
They really should open that. It would be really dangerous, but they should open it up as a skate
But
park.
it would be sick as fuck.
Are you hoping for like a Sandalot scene maybe? Where you have to go save
No,
a
I've
kid?
never watched that movie.
Oh, you've never.
It's a mediocre movie.
Yeah, I can agree. It's a mediocre.
It's
movie.
overrated. It's really overrated.
Yeah.
All I can think about after Clayton said that was like the Peter Griffin meme where they're in the boat and they're sinking.
No,
I don't think Titanic was really that good of a movie.
I just
I did not care for Titanic.
I just remember this.
Oh, I have a video of that, but it's like they edit it so it's like I did not care for Persona 5, and then they're like, "How could you say that, Peter?"
Oh, how do you guys what do you guys feel as though the Switch Pro is a real thing?
Thoughts on Persona 5?
No, I said Switch Pro.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Persona
5 is a game I like.
I'm going to
the concept
disconnect
of,
you
but
from
in
this
execution,
podcast.
Thoughts on Persona
We
5?
can't. No,
I
this
feel
is
like you just take way too
literally
long.
one of the rules
Music
that
has
we
to get
can't. This is
repetitive.
literally one of the rules we cannot talk about. That.
Persona 5? I don't remember that.
Persona
I don't
5, the
think
thing
that was
we
a
were
rule.
talking about right now.
Well, Xander made it.
Nick, what happened to your good mic?
This is.
Here. I'm sitting far back. That probably doesn't sound any better. I'm working on it.
Nick's having mic problems. He threw Xander into his mic. That's why Xander's not on the podcast.
You
Yeah,
had to
Sandy's
bring him
dad.
up, didn't you?
Well,
Come
we
on,
gotta
Bev,
respect
come
the.
on.
We respect
we
the
had
fallen.
one rule.
We respect.
No, we
the
don't.
fallen.
I have
Oh,
no
we got-
respect.
We let them burn until they randomly get resurrected in a later episode.
What is there lore to this podcast?
Yeah, I've got the dream notebook.
We're
Oh,
trying to.
should I
Hang
tell
on, let
the
us set up any lore, okay?
Should I tell the podcast about my Twitter idea?
No.
No, too late.
it must be kept a secret.
Someone
from our
else
poor
will steal it.
viewers.
No, no one.
Should they?
No
Someone
one's
else
gonna.
will.
No one's gonna steal this idea. It's 'cause
How do
it's
you know?
my
No
idea.
one has the balls.
Yeah, no one has the balls like me.
No one has the balls to steal from that man
So
16.
my idea is
Just scared.
I set up a Dream Stan Dream SMP news account, and I get a good sum of followers and actually post related shit to the Dream SMP this is happening next week or whatever. So I would do that, and then just
What's happened so far this week in Dream SMP?
and then I'll just
Rambo has shot 12 children.
Oh, that's funny and relatable.
Ranboo would never do that.
Are you
yeah,
sure?
because his name's rhymes
Yeah,
with
because there
boob.
aren't that many children on the Dream SMP.
He is
There's
one
Tommy
of
in
them.
it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he would have to shoot himself, Nick. Not cool. You're promoting suicide.
He's not that young, you idiot.
That's the problem. The shooting 12 children is fine, but promoting suicide, Jesus, heaven
Yeah.
forbid.
Come on, Nick. No,
Are
but
you
Universal
advocating for
substandard.
suicide?
no,
I
but,
hate everything.
no, but so I would get a dream like news account going, and then out of nowhere I would like start promoting like Nick's Twitch on it, like saying like, oh, Increda is the next Dream SMP character, and then like just try to get Nick famous. Or maybe I
Oh, would be
or maybe
something.
Maybe
don't
I-
like self promo. Make it like dumb shit, like
Pretty Head 69 is joining the Dream SMP.
like this just in a Dream SMP lore. Canonical World War II reenactment.
Rambo plays the part of
Cool.
Nazi German.
You're not. I was right about to say German and the German army because the other words you can't say on YouTube. Favman16.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you want me to restart? I can.
Yeah, you can't say the
Yeah,
Batman
yeah,
16
well,
army anymore.
Yeah, I
Uh,
guess
Bubble-
So, Favman, which Dream SMP character do you think would be in the German army?
like I said,
Me
Rambo.
personally, I think it would be Quackity.
Me personally, I think it would be Technoblade.
No, it's an
German
anarchist.
army?
No,
He's
he's Russia.
No, he's an anarchist, and he completely hates the idea of government, where
No, if he was at
fascism is the opposite of anarchy.
dude,
essentially.
if he was at the top of a government, he would love it.
I don't think it
No,
would.
I think everyone
that,
would.
Like,
Fab, that's a really general statement. I feel like if everyone were the head of government, they'd like it.
No, I wouldn't.
the issue was it's quite difficult for people to be at the head of government.
especially something like a fascism.
You don't just appear at the top.
So, how do you guys feel about the band Gym Class Heroes?
Never heard of it.
Jukebox hero.
Wrong
got
song.
stars in his eyes.
I remember.
Got a
You
jukebox
guys don't
hero.
You guys don't hear the pathetic way I found that song? Jimmy.
You listen to a jukebox.
No, Jimmy. That would be so much better.
He's like,
than-
I'm the jukebox hero it's talking
I
about.
get it. I'm the jukebox hero.
That would be
It's like there's everyone in the he's like screaming and yelling, and all the rest of the people in the restaurant are just staring at him.
like I walk into like the diner and I put in like a nickel into the thing and I click a randomizer, like it's on Jukebox Hero and I'm like, I just did that. I start having like a manic episode in the diner and like everyone's just like staring at me.
You just like start ascending. You like start floating.
Well, I'm just muttering the words. I am the Jukebox Hero. I am the Jukebox
You're just
Hero.
mouthing the words, like your eyes start glowing. Jukebox hero, got the stars in his eye.
Yeah. No, but the way I found that song was when I was in like 7th grade, I think. I used to watch Jimmy Fallon YouTube clips on YouTube.
Everyone did.
And
Yeah.
so I watched do you guys remember like lip sync battles?
No.
Not really, no.
I can assume though what it is. I don't think
Yeah.
you need to explain.
No need to explain, but it was not Paul Rudd, but some other guy who looks exactly like Paul Rudd. Where
Jimmy Fallon brought on Paul Rudd's doppelganger onto the show.
No, I don't remember his name, but he was performing Jukebox Hero against Jimmy Fallon, and I was just like, I like
Did
really
you do
liked.
good?
He
Yeah, who
won.
won?
I really liked the song, so I was like, I like it. I think the worst thing Jimmy Fallon has ever done that I've listened to is he made a song with will.i.am called Sarah. I think that's what
Oh,
it's
good.
I think I know that song. I think I know what you're talking
Let
about.
me look it up. Let me make sure it's called Sarah.
Hey, what's the one song?
It's called Ew.
Like-
That's the song.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
What's
Ew.
the one song in Baby Driver that's like Deborah? What song is that?
Oh, Deborah?
Yeah,
Isn't it just called Deborah?
I have no idea. That's what I'm
I
asking.
thought that was like the punchline. That the song was called Deborah.
Oh,
I've never
okay.
seen Baby
a
Driver.
pretty good song.
I could be wrong.
Every once in a while, I'll think of just that song and I'm like, man, I wonder what that song is. I thought that was pretty good.
With the stars in his eyes, he's a jukebox.
Box hero.
So, Clayton,
Yeah.
what would you say is the
It's
like
called Deborah.
out of all of history, what would you rate as like the number one, like, I guess, empire, like, country?
Alright.
The Vatican City.
That's not an empire.
Alright, let Clayton finish this, and I'm gonna go off.
I don't know. That's kind of hard. I mean,
Go off, sis.
the Roman Empire. Probably Alexander the Great's like Macedonian Persian Empire, because like that was pretty big, and like the fact that he was able to rule such a large swath of land before like any sort of like.
Oh, that's a good
cool
word,
technology.
swath. I like the use of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they
that-
didn't
that
have
could be
any.
extra points on
All
the
they had
essay.
was like horses and stuff, and he was able to rule all that, and it was kind of cool.
Alright, so now I'm gonna say the Jin Dynasty is the greatest thing ever created.
No one cares
Alright? These
about the Jin
guys went
Dynasty.
off in every direction
No one
except
cares
for
They were
military,
girl bosses.
and that's the only reason they didn't survive very long.
Well, wasn't it just
You know,
kind of
okay.
like...
Let me make an analogy here, okay, Nick.
Okay.
So, saying like the Jin Dynasty is like the greatest ever or whatever is
Yeah.
like saying,
You stand
you
Jimin.
know, like it's like saying, you know,
It's like saying pumpkin
it's like
spice.
saying hugs. It's like saying hugs is like the greatest. No, it's like saying Ken is like the greatest melee player ever, right? It's like, no. Well, you're right technically, right? He was at one point, but not anymore. You know, the East Coast of the world is really just on a like lesser level than that of the West.
Well, Harrison, what would you rate as the, like, what would you say is the greatest empire? If you need a second, I can think
The
of...
Germanic Empire.
of... Wasn't the Germanic... Was that, like, after... Was that... I forget if that's... Well, I forget if that...
Pre or
Northwest.
post-COVID.
Is that like... No, was that, like, during the time when they were, like, trying to fight, like, the Pope? Was that during the time when they
How
were...
if I know?
Like, the Roman Catholics and the Pope, like, they're, like... 'Cause I just remember watching a video, like, there was a whole, like, debacle
like
about,
the Holy
like...
Roman Empire versus the Pope. Or whatever.
Yeah, and it's, like, the Pope was, like, just, like, giving these princes and, like, or not, like, princes, but, like, bishops in Germany, like, this power. Are you talking about, like, that Germanic Empire that was, like, really split up, but I guess technically not split up?
That was just kind of like a combination of a bunch of different states.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said them because I liked the name.
Alright. I would say my personal favorite empire... Oh, shoot. I remember I did a research project on it, and now I'm, like, forgetting their name. They were, like, based in the Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia. I'm sorry, I'm illiterate. I am...
Like,
I will-
like
I
you
will-
said sea. You mean like Mediterranean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna take
Was
back my complete whole
was
statement about
Mesopotamia-
everything, and I'm gonna say the best empire was the Aztecs.
Aztecs
The
are cool.
Aztec.
Oh!
Actually,
The
no,
Aztecs got
the-
just gunned
no.
down by the
Cool.
Spanish, though.
Yeah.
The
I'm gonna
Aztecs
say
were
the-
cool, but the Spanish slaughtered them. They didn't stand a chance.
I'm gonna
But
say
that's
the Olmecs.
No.
Well, actually, no, not strongest.
No,
I'm
the
gonna say
Olmecs were
coolest.
sick as fuck.
No.
We're shifting this. No one cares about. Oh, the Romans were not the strongest. The coolest is much more arguable.
I would
Because
say...
you have
Back
to
to the Jin
objectively
Dynasty.
default.
Alright.
No. Okay. Wait. Hold up. I just want to talk to Clayton real quick. You were talking about the Aztecs being, like, gunned down by the Spanish, but I bet you if you gave the Aztecs guns and you gave the Spanish guns, the Aztecs are winning that.
See, if you gave the bear a machete, it would win the fight.
Yeah, except that's not what happened, Babs. So no, we can't
I
deal with
can-
hypotheticals
hunting
here.
rifle versus a deer, but if you give the deer the hunting rifle, I feel like it could
I
definitely
can-
take the
I
upper
can-
hand.
So
I-
therefore, the deer are the superior species to humans.
I can rewrite history. I will go back in time and give the Aztecs, like, AR-15s and, like, they'll win the fight.
No, probably not.
Uh,
Because they don't
the-
know
how would they- yeah,
they don't
how would they
understand
use
how they
guns?
work.
I'd just be
They
like,
shoot, at best they'd shoot one round and then they don't know how to reload it.
yeah, that's all you
At-
need.
They accidentally
Dude, AR-15s are literally like submachine guns, basically. You don't, or aren't they just machine guns?
at best they
they're
kill a
just
couple
machine guns.
Spaniards.
Little
At
assault
worst,
rifles.
they determine that you are a witch and behead you.
I don't know. I think the Aztecs are pretty cool because
Okay.
no, 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 no,
hang
no,
on.
no, I'm not done.
Okay, finish your thought, but I have one that's gonna take the cake.
I'm pretty sure it's the Aztecs. In the 4th grade, we had to do a research project, and for that research project, you had to bring in like something about your people. And I remember somebody was researching the Aztecs or the what were they called? There was the Mayans. Were the Mayans in like South America? Was
There's
that
a
the
Mexican
Mayans?
state
Kind of.
called
Maybe,
Tabasco.
What?
They went pretty heavily
That's
into
the
Mexico.
sauce.
Yeah, it was like Mexico. We studied Mexico to South American like natives in the 4th grade.
Anyways,
But,
the
hey, I'm
Olmecs are the coolest.
Come
The
on.
Olmecs are up there.
I can't even finish
The
my
Olmecs-
story.
No one cares though because
I'm not done.
Olmec statues-
You're not letting me tell how they're the coolest.
Olmec statues
No,
are
it's
sick as
like-
fuck.
It's like arguing that the peanut butter and jelly sandwich is the best sandwich. It's just, double cheeseburger.
That's
Isn't really
not
like
a
arguing
sandwich.
this in,
That's a
like,
burger.
Wojaks.
It's not a sandwich. It's a burger. Sandwich it's like deli meat and like peanut butter and jellies.
Okay, then it's like, oh, peanut butter and jelly is the best sandwich. No, it's provolone cheese and like some turkey or something.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's exactly the sandwich that I eat.
That's like a white person.
It's my
sandwich.
go-to sandwich.
What's the
That's-
black person
I
sandwich?
don't know, but I don't know. Provolone cheese and turkey on white bread just sounds very basic.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I'll put my submarine sandwich sauce on it,
Sauce it.
and it gets all flavory and savory and delicious.
I don't know why, but you saying that just reminded me of Dan from Game Grumps.
Dan,
Dan.
I'm sorry that I remind you of him.
Yeah, we all are. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so can I share my empire?
Can I?
Okay.
I was just gonna say the Aztecs.
Okay, so I'm
made
gonna
spicy
send an
chocolate.
image.
No.
I'm gonna send an image to chat right now. Okay, and this is a map of the United States. Like this was after we had acquired the North. I believe it's the Northwest Territory. So like everything west of the original 13 colonies, but before the Louisiana Purchase. So Ohio, Indiana,
Big
Illinois, Michigan.
Virginia.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
Alabama. Yeah, Mississippi. But if you look at the absolute size of Virginia, now you cannot tell me that empire would be beaten.
I think.
Oh.
I think Big
Alright,
Virginia. I think.
Okay, what if the entirety of Spain invaded Virginia?
Actually,
I
though,
think-
to counter that, wasn't it actually in the War of 1812?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was
No,
because
that was original Virginia.
No, that was Big Virginia.
Okay, show me some proof, pal.
Alright,
You
alright,
some-
I
give some
wanna see
big
some
talker.
big Virginia.
You're some big talker over here. Come on, back it up.
Jamie, can we pull up the War of 1812 real quick? Okay, thank
Bro,
you, Jamie.
this is a Reddit moment, okay?
Nah, but Big Virginia's cool and all, but look at Long, North Carolina. Okay. That was my TED talk. I'll get out.
I'm looking. Okay.
Alright, looking. What is that?
I think we should bring back Short Maryland. It's just because isn't the tip a
Yeah,
little bit...
I agree. I hate Maryland.
When you think of iconic states, you just don't think of Maryland as one of them.
Oh shoot! Hey guys.
Why not?
I feel like Wyoming and Montana are like retroactively popular now because they're so insignificant.
I think the worst state that no one thinks of is Rhode Island.
That's also true.
I don't really like New Hampshire.
I
I was actually just about to say New Hampshire. Oh my god.
I was going.
Great minds think alike.
I think we could easily
The
use like
whole New
Rhode Island
England
as like.
area.
I think we could easily use Rhode Island as like a new testing
Both coasts
site.
suck. Both coasts, East Coast,
Well,
West Coast.
it's Texas for me, guys. Well, the coasts.
No, I'm saying that because Wisconsin.
Does that
No,
mean Texas sucked?
East Coast.
Yeah,
East
Texas
Coast
is
for
technically a
life.
coast, Harrison.
Harrison is in it for the taxes.
Dude, Mario be flossing.
No, I'm in it
What?
for the New England clam chowder.
Okay, that one's
Your
fair.
Boston clam chowder.
The Boston
other day,
clam chowder.
I had probably the best bowl of clam
Hey
chowder I've
man,
ever
go
had
Red
in my life.
Sox. Harrison's a Red Sox fan.
Delicious. I'm not actually. My humble and excrubiant business law teacher is though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I forgot he is.
Do you
Does he still listen to like talk radio like during class?
The one like radio show with the old guys.
Yeah.
Elvis Duran?
Yeah. Well, he hasn't for a while, thankfully. He's been playing a lot of chess with us students, which is funny.
Oh, he used to listen to like a lot of Zach Brown band, like
Oh.
like a lot.
I'm glad that era is over.
Do you guys
Scott Harrison, there would have been a time where you listened to Chicken Fried in class.
did what was it?
No, that was the time, and that was freshman year health.
Oh, what was it? Did you guys like ever like would you put on like the Elvis Duran show at like 7 in the morning when driving to school? Like did you?
No,
My mom would turn it on and like I don't know, half the time
I
the
don't
Elvis
even. They do not
I took
hold
the
a
bus.
torch.
and like oh
They do not hold a torch to what the Dwyer
I know,
Michael
No,
show.
no,
there
it
we go,
doesn't.
the
Dwyer
Dwyer
Michaels in the
Michael
morning.
show.
okay, I'm sorry but
What about Bob and Tom?
yeah, I was just gonna talk about how
No
bad
one knows these
Oh.
hosts. Everyone knows Dwyer and Michael.
yeah, I was just gonna talk about how bad the Elvis Duran show was because the
Elvis.
only thing keeping their
you
show
were-
alive was they had this like thing where they would prank call these people and it wouldn't be good prank calls like they'd have like somebody set up like, oh, my wife just had like a baby, so what if we prank call her and say the baby's dead and like the dad will be
Ooh,
setting it up.
That's a good.
That's a good one.
That's a
good one.
classic.
Dwyer and Michael are geniuses because they do funny prank calls like during Halloween when they called just random like the first call they did was like some lady working at a hotel in Transylvania and asked her to do her best Dracula impression. That is funny because they don't talk like Dracula in Transylvania.
Transylvania's just a city, right? It's not like a full blown country.
Oh, it's a region.
Oh.
It's not a country, but it's a region.
They for about like an hour and a half they talked about the bear population in Iowa. And I have never been invested in anything more than I was at that moment. And that was right before work, okay? So to get me that inspired into something that would be so mundane is a Herculean task that can only be defeated by some of the best spokesmen in the game.
I have a question.
True statesmen of their time.
Can we all just like get like a round of applause going for the Dwyer Michael show? Can we get that?
No,
No.
I'm not clapping.
You're not
I'm not
clapping.
clapping.
Why? You're not a true Dwyer Michael fan.
No, I'm not. Yeah, you're right. I'm not a true Dwyer Michaels fan.
No. I was gonna ask a question though. What do you guys think is objectively the best game show of all time?
Price is Right.
Jeopardy.
Yeah, I'd go with Jeopardy probably.
Yeah, you
Although
guys aren't
Let's Make a
cultured.
Deal. Let's Make a Deal is pretty good too.
Wait, is the Let's Make a Deal the one with the Howie Mandel?
No,
Actually, no. I'm going to retract my statement
Hang
and
on, let me find
say, Temple
Forget
Run.
the guy's name.
Temple Run is not a game show. It's a game.
Yeah, it is.
What? There's a Temple Run.
What's
It's a
the-
game
oh,
show.
What the heck is the guy's
We're
name?
talking about
Hang
like
on.
the Nickelodeon one.
Yeah, it was a Nickelodeon game show, and it was awesome.
I am
It
googling
had literally everything you want.
You mean Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Yeah, Legends of the Hidden Temple.
This just what's the objective?
Hang on,
I've
let me find.
never.
I'm gonna find. Wayne Brady. It's Wayne Brady who hosts Let's Make a Deal.
Dude, Let's Make a Deal sounds so familiar, but I just
Whoever said like, The Price is Right, like
Nick.
that show sucks.
Dude, I love it. What are you talking about?
it
Drew
is just
Carey's
like-
got charisma.
Half the time it pains me to watch it.
My dad loves The Price is Right.
I love The Price is Right. I got so good at that.
Wasn't The Price is Right is just guessing prices on household items?
Yeah, wait, that's
Yes.
consumerism.
Yeah.
That is,
No,
that is
but
the
you've got
definition
all
of
these
consumerism.
fucking
I shouldn't have been.
goobs.
I should not have
You
been
have
watching
these
The Price is Right every Sunday
goobs
morning
dressed
with my
up
grandparents.
just in the most obnoxious clothes on The Price is Right.
What
And
do you-
they're all
what
like
do-
these perky, like 30-year-old suburban like soccer
I
moms
like the
or whatever.
suburban soccer moms guessing.
I don't. I prefer
Yeah.
Jeopardy is
When,
the
when they
thinking
when they
man's
say
game.
when they say the bar of soap is worth $12.
I
Because
love
on
that.
Jeopardy,
I just
at
really
least
love that
you know
part.
sometimes they might not be the smartest, but they're all competent.
I just
It is
really
a
love.
competently run show,
It just.
and
I like-
the
I
the
like the
viewer can
college
actively engage in it, trying to guess the answer. And when you do, one out of
Oh,
five
but
times,
they
you feel
can't in
smart.
the price of right.
Who says there's no smart people in Price is Right? When Deborah says
Drew
the,
Carey. Drew
no,
Carey
no,
is a
no, no.
smart.
When
When
Deborah,
Deborah says the
When-
camper in her
when-
in her final guess it was worth $1,000.
When Deborah guessed that the washing machine was $300, and then Timmy guessed that it was $301, I really felt that he outplayed her in that.
Yeah, he did outplay her. She thought she was honestly, but then Timmy nailed her down with the safe $301 bet. Actually destroyed.
I think I remember one time they were betting on a pool table, and one of them guessed $50,000.
He thought it was an expensive pool table.
I guess.
My favorite game mode is like the grocery store one because it's all like household items that you'd pick every day, and no one knew what they were worth. It'd be like, oh hey, a bottle of Windex, how much is this worth? And
$4.
it'd be like $57. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know if like some people just kind of
No,
get.
the trick is with The Price is Right, they get like the most like sucker people ever, right?
Oh,
on the
like
show.
gullible, yeah.
They don't understand how money works, okay?
It
No.
makes it 10 times better.
No, okay. Why are you guessing that 5 like tubs of peanut butter are worth more than these 3 gallon-sized like things of coffee? Okay, you ever bought coffee before?
Oh, what was it? They did it. I remember one of the segments on The Price is Right, I believe, was they would do it where they would put up like they'd do like one of those like scale things where it's like, oh, if this one weighs heavier but this one weighs less. They would do that based on price, and they would like the contestant would always get it wrong, because they'd be like, well, 3 pounds of chicken meat has to be more than this gold watch. Like,
I feel though, however you spin it though, you can never go wrong with the Wheel of Fortune. Pun intended, right there. That was off the fly.
Wheel of Fortune is quite good, I'll admit it. I was quite good at it, but for some reason my mom is really good at Wheel of Fortune. It is terrifying to watch her play it, because they'd be like, they'd say like the category, and there'd be like an E placed somewhere on the board, and she could read off the whole thing.
I don't know. I never got to play like the Wheel of Fortune like mini games or like the Wii or whatever, so I don't know my true skill. I don't know if I don't think did you guys ever have like those board games for the Wii? Because I never did. Like
I had Wheel of Fortune, I had Deal or No Deal, Jeopardy.
Not game show games, but I did have a pack of Hasbro games that were pretty fun. And it was the ones we played were Mousetrap and the Game of Life, but mostly the Game of Life because that's fun.
So every time my like grandparents would come over to our house like to visit, we don't have like a ton of board games at my house, but we'd always have they would bring Clue, and then we would have we would have the Game of Life. And I just remember, like, I don't know, I was pretty good at the Game of Life, but I was a master at Clue. Except for, I remember one time for some reason when I got in my, like, a game of Clue, I was like, I just know it. I just know who did it already without like getting any information. And I was like sitting
See,
out for like an hour.
I'd much rather play a game of Clue than a game of chess.
Yeah.
Or not Clue. I hate Clue.
Oh.
I meant to say the game of life.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Oh shoot.
the game of life, it's pure strategy and around the board.
Dude, every fucking time I'd be like, okay, no one's grabbed doctor. It looks like I'm gonna be the first one to get through college. My sister rolls a 10. It grabs doctor out of nowhere. It fucks me over.
See, it's just like real life.
But it's also, those games suck because you have to set up a million different pieces, and why would you do that?
What is it? My family used to. This is kind of sad in retrospect, but every time we go somewhere and we just like try to connect as a family, we'd rip out my iPad and play Life, the app.
Me and Thumb and Wyatt, we would play the game of life on the Wii, and that is just the superior way to do it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
The app was really good, but then they took it down and made a really shitty one that you had to pay a ton of money for some reason.
I remember.
I don't know why they did that. I don't know.
The real man's board game is Stratego. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you about Stratego.
Can you still play
The
the
original
Binding of Isaac on mobile?
Kind of. They've taken it off the store, but they've kept it updated, so you can actually still continue playing it, but you can't buy it anymore. I still have it installed.
I remember.
I'm pretty sure I have more on the mobile version than I do on PC right now.
I probably have more in the mobile version than I do on Switch.
Most is easily the Switch, though.
I just remembered this one game I got from a garage sale. It was called like Pay something. It was just pay and then
Payday.
What?
Payday.
Yeah.
Payday.
Payday, yeah. I remember that board game. I didn't have it for long, but I remember it.
Stratego's cool. I like Risk. Risk is kind of cool.
I'm bad at strategy games. Like, whenever I
I don't
play.
know if you guys have heard of this board game called Monopoly.
Oh, okay.
Underground.
Like, Discord crashed and I'm back, but I heard Monopoly.
Well, we were talking about
Monopoly Empire, the real man's game.
I don't know.
Oh my god, Monopoly Empire.
What was it? Clinton, you remember like in elementary school when in the morning, and also Nick, in the morning there would be all the board games if we were sitting in the gym.
Oh yeah, one time I brought in Stratego.
Yeah, I remember I was always bad at like strategy games when people would bring in those. I remember I tried to play you.
Candyland, though, he goes off.
Yeah, no, Candyland is my shit.
Bro, I roll dice better than anyone else.
Watch,
That shows how much you know about Candyland.
10th episode of the third
Oh,
Jerma
my bad.
podcast, we have a Candyland tournament. No, but yeah, I was always bad at strategy games. Like I'm like decent at chess. Like when I say decent, I mean like on the bottom half of decent.
He uses the poop cum gambit where he just face plants all of his troops into the enemy team and hopes they just forget to attack.
It worked.
A wild gambit.
Well,
Because
the poop shit piss cum bandit is even
I'm a big
worse.
fan of the Ludwig gambit, personally.
Dude, you haven't even seen the.
That's where you open up your Twitch.tv app and turn on
And sub to him.
Yeah, you tier 3 sub to a Ludwig, and then it's basically a guaranteed win. Enemy, it's fucked. I've seen Magnus Carlsen use that one before.
See, it's just like, I don't know, my poop shit cum gambit is just something special, you know, because the thing is when the enemy sees all my pawns go up by one, they're internally frightened, and then it's just checkmate. That's just how it works, or I resign from the match.
So your steps are you run the gambit and you either win or lose.
But yeah, and the lose isn't even on my part. I just resign sometimes.
Yeah, you don't want to rub it in their face too much.
Well, yeah, I'm just too much of an intellectual. Like, my IQ, I think when I last took an IQ score was like...
When did
200.
you guys learn how the chess pieces worked?
Ooh, actually, this is like my shining achievement.
Oh,
Since we had a
go ahead.
family PC, it had like chess automatically installed in it for Windows, and it like showed the arrows of where the pieces could move. So at like the age of like 7, I knew how all the chess pieces worked, and I feel like a god in elementary school.
I learned how the pieces worked when chess became really popular on Twitch.
So like a year ago.
Yeah, a little bit under a year ago, I learned how it worked. I still don't fully know how to really like put the queen. I semi know how to put the queen in check, but not really.
The queen or the king?
I mean the king. I also
I
think
got
that
that
ultimate
rook in
chip
check.
is the queen and not the king. Still,
Yes.
that'd be wrong. You want to save the king and not the queen.
I'd rather save the queen than the king. I call that a
God
king
save the queen.
sacrifice. It's a pretty advanced tech. A lot of good chess players use it.
Speaking about British monarchy, what are your guys' thoughts on the Meghan Markle
I think British people are
allegations?
stupid.
Capitalism is bad. Down with the capitalist. That's my
Girl
take.
bossed?
Yep.
That was a girl boss take.
bossified.
So
Kabobbled?
I think in these last 3 minutes of the podcast, we should do everyone's favorite segment.
Rate that tweet.
Rate that tweet.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll read one off.
Okay. While we are waiting, we shall we'll do a little we'll do a
Taking a ad break.
well, no, we won't take a we won't do we're not gonna
Do a little acapella piece for
No,
everyone.
we're not gonna
About their mother will be
we're not gonna do that. We're gonna bring up everyone's worst childhood memory. 3, 2, 1, go.
Going on this podcast.
going on this podcast.
Going on this oh my god, we're all the same.
Man, we're in sync, you might say.
Are we NSYNC?
Yeah, we're just like the band.
I get to be Justin Timberlake.
Oh dang, I don't know anybody else on that band.
There is nobody else.
I call Justin Timberlake because I want to say at the 2009 Grammys during my virtual speech to tell Britney Spears, my girlfriend at the time, to not drink anymore and sleep with other guys. That's why I want to be Justin Bieber.
Oh, girl boss.
Or
Girl
not
boss.
Justin Bieber. Justin
Bieber. Hey.
Justin Bieber in 2009 would have been like 7. He wouldn't have been 7. He would have been like 11.
Good one, Bab. Good one.
7-11.
Good tweet.
7-11.
Good
Wait,
tweet.
wait, hold on.
Okay, I've got the
7-11.
tweets.
Wait.
7-11.
I need to ask something. What is your favorite item from 7-Eleven?
Probably
been
like
to
a
a 7-Eleven.
Coke or something.
All right.
Like a bottle of chocolate milk.
Okay. Go.
Whatever I get at
Okay.
Casey's, like
This is from the 11th of March, 2021, from at TSM Leffen. I want to play basketball so bad, but there's a snowstorm right now in Sweden. God damn it!
I'm
Is
gonna.
that it?
Yep.
Okay.
it's like a little haiku.
I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10 stars. You know,
I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars.
I was gonna
Give
say
it an
4 out of
8.
10.
It's an 8.
Wasn't the biggest
it's
fan.
no, it's a 7 for me because like I like to imagine Leffen be ballin'
So why don't you guys use the 5-point scale?
because I'm not
I-
British.
We're advanced.
I just can't express myself as much at a 5.
I'm not
No,
back-
I
can
believe
at 10
that
points.
I feel like objectively, a 5-point scale gets the point across better than a 10-point scale. But
Alright, so I'll go by
What
a
is the
100-point
difference?
scale.
Oh, shit, we gotta end the podcast.